Okay, ready? Do another one. Ready?
Cool.
يشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله وعلى الكريم وصلى الله على الأنبياء أجمعين ومسيح ومهدي ومجدد لأن المرسلين. There you go.
That was good. Well, that was good. We do a part 2 on it, or?
Get Courtney on the phone too. Courtney needs to hear this. Everybody needs to hear this shit. Wanna know why? Because it's dangerous as a fuck. Just as dangerous as the use of holograms. Holograms are dangerous as a fuck. Because I told you, motherfucker, you park a car outside your house and don't have to be nobody in the world. That paint, that in the paint job of that particular car that they park, exists the technology where holograms can be cast from that car right onto the sidewalk in front of your house. If indeed those halogenic lights that are used on certain vehicles here today was to drive by it and them blue lights would touch that car, hologram right there in your face. That's dangerous as a fuck because you could be laying in bed, minding your business, way across what? Town. And they could hologramically place you on a location that looks real. Check this out. That ain't you. And they can show you committing a what?
Right.
A crime. And if an old lady's looking out her window that ain't prepared or even know anything about what? Holograms, was to see it, you couldn't tell her you didn't do whatever the fuck it was she saw you what?
Do.
And how the fuck are you gonna beat that case in court? You got an eyewitness whose background is impeccable. She can be a music school teacher and you're a convicted felon. Who the fuck do you think the fucking jury's gonna believe? You or her?
Her.
So you're prepared to go your ass to prison, boy, for a long what?
Time.
And ain't nothing you can do about it, and you can be as innocent and right as rain in your existence and then be made to suffer a life what?
Life.
A life sentence. A life sentence. But nigga, you got forever and a day now. You don't got numbers, you got the alphabet. That spell out L-I-F-E. And remember, you were sleeping your what?
Man.
Now, if that ain't some dangerous what?
Shit.
That each Nubian here today is subjected to, because they can get pictures of you, any of us, from a satellite, zoomed in all the way down to see you standing on a corner waiting for the light to turn green across the street. That can show you picking your nose and can zoom in a way by which they take your booger and show it to the whole what? What color it was? This nigga, if it was green or yellow? Yeah, nigga. How nasty your booger looked and how nasty you was for picking your nose in the first what?
Please.
Which is something that generally people don't want people to see them doing. If you picking your boogers, nigga, you don't want nobody to see you doing that. You'll turn your head. You'll try to hide to snatch that little basket the fuck out. And when you snatch it out, some motherfuckers will hide it on their finger, try to wipe it on some toilet paper. I've seen motherfuckers take their book and wipe it in a hidden place on the side of your couch. I'm telling you what I know. You ain't never seen a nigga do that? Niggas boogers out.
Motherfuckers are nasty.
Huh?
I said motherfuckers are nasty.
All right. And if they can zoom in on your nastiness, anytime they fucking what? By virtue of the fact that this system that's coming from satellite dish down to the planet is so fucking efficient. Star Wars, motherfucker. Attacking what? You. From out your what? Skies. And you don't even fucking what? No. The question is, where'd they get that technology? Would you say that that technology came from Earth?
No.
The mind has said, we're going to take this big ass fucking thing and we're going to call it a satellite. And we're going to put these motherfuckers all around the fucking globe. Why? Because these satellites can do some shit. That I can be sitting at my desktop or my laptop and nigga punch in the program, put in the code, and nigga, I'm extraterrestrial now. Because you're talking about technology that has an extraterrestrial what? Design. Created by extraterrestrial what? Minds. Did you know that it's extraterrestrials who gave the government its cure to what was it? Cancer? No, the cure to the measles, the mumps, where you can get vaccinated for that shit.
Polio, I think, too.
Polio. What the fuck was polio? Sounds like Polaroid, don't it?
Yep.
And polar, right? Like bi, what? Polar. And what the fuck is bipolar? Well, let me tell you, motherfucker can be cool as a fuck. You talking to him, and everything cool, and then instantly, whack, what's up? Motherfucker done went from sugar to shit, from people to a goddamn monster. Instant what? Taneously. How is that shit happening? I'll tell you how, because you have 9 magnetic particles in your what?
Right.
In your brain. And I told you, if you all want to know more about life, about the science of alchemy, what was the 2 things I told y'all to study? Do you know?
Circle and square.
What? Magnets and crystals, didn't I?
Yep.
And electricity, didn't I?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Now, did anybody ever take into consideration, well, why was the master telling us to do a study in the magnets? Do a study in the crystals? Do a study into electricity? Because those 3 things, gentlemen, carry a lot of weight.
Crystals.
What?
Crystals can hold infinite information.
Yeah, nigga, now we talking about motherfucking language. You know what it's called? Memory.
Yep.
You talking my motherfucking what? Language, right? What?
Now.
Memory. I said all of you are being called upon to do what? A divine thing called to what?
Remember.
What does the word remember really mean?
Become a member again.
Bingo. Now, how the fuck can anybody become a member again of a specific team and family? Listen now, if they got certain programs like Morpheus, like Pan, like the technology that, listen now, cats is holograms. And they got a computer game called Halo. You ever heard of it?
Yep.
What the fuck is Halo?
Microsoft-based game. Well, it's going hunting for something.
Game? No, wait a minute. Watch this, y'all. A what-based game?
I know it's heavy on Microsoft Xbox.
No, it's a Microsoft-based what?
Game.
Meaning it will only work on Microsoft what? Systems.
Right.
Can you download Halo into Linux and it works?
It's possibly be difficult though. Like you gotta hack it though.
Watch this. You hear this nigga? Keep in mind that this nigga's name is Tank. And I told Tank, get our best minds on the phone because we're going to put together a think what?
Tank.
Now, let me say this. Do you think the name Tank, watch this, listen to this, ready? Watch this, listen. Tank, 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 Tank. What am I pointing your minds to about this? Tank, 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 Tank. It's not what I'm saying. It's the way I'm what?
Saying.
And what you notice is you hear repetition. Tank, 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 tank. It's like long time ago you had wax records. They put the music on wax. They afforded you little discs called records that some were 45, others were 33. And here today, you got, what, 16 bits, 32 bits, 45, long time ago, was a small disc that you would put on your record player or your jukebox. And when the arm come out and the needle go what? Down to the record. That needle would be riding along the record that is spinning what?
Spinning around.
According to the speed of that spin, would produce the sound that you would either hear or was here, and if you didn't put it at the right speed, motherfucker, you would have. It would not be music at all, would it? So one thing we know is that as far back as the usage of wax, speed was something that they were examining to the point that they was able to make the record player in the first one.
Place.
And here today, your computer system, what are people looking for? And I'll tell you what it is. It's speed. How fast your system what?
Go.
Move. And
Faster,
why
faster,
did
faster.
you say tank? Watch this. Listen, y'all. Pay attention. Tank.
Ooh.
Tank.
Ooh.
Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Tank. No, you're supposed to keep saying hood, hood, hood.
That's a glitch though. The hook. I was saying.
Wait, bingo, nigga. Listen, bingo, nigga. It's like a scratch what?
Record.
Record.
Yep.
Now, I'm pointing your mind because when I say tank, tank, tank,
Cool.
tank, that's a what?
Cool.
A glitch. I'm pointing your mind to a what?
Glitch.
A glitch.
Right.
That, nigga, let me ask you a question. How long ago was Linux system created? The Linux system. And why do you tell people to use Linux and not Microsoft? Tank?
It was had to be around 96.
Don't say nothing. Don't say not a damn word. Get all our minds in this think what?
Tank. We got a brother on the line. Vincent on the line.
Shaddah Da, baby.
Shaddah Da, how you doing?
Oh, about as good as I can be now that I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
It don't get no better. Because now we have yet another mind in our forum. May I ask you a question, beloved?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How many years in this life are you all old?
32.
Oh, you still a baby. You still a baby. Lord, that's my little baby over there. That's my little baby. Man, let me tell you something. It wasn't until I was 33 years old, which is a magic what?
Number.
It shows 32. Because you have 33-degree Freemasons. And before you become a 33-degree Freemason, you become a what?
32.
Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. Gold star for you. Now, listen, get some more minds in this think what?
Tank.
Tank.
That we gonna need as many minds as we can what?
Have.
Yeah.
Who don't mind thinking. Nubians here today, many of them ain't trying to think. I've said that before because thinking is too much like work. Let me tell you something. What's the difference between a white collar job and a blue collar job?
Physical compared to mental work.
Okay, yeah, because you got one motherfucker who is into manual labor. Get that, pick that up, put that over there. That's what you call, watch, a mandingo. What's the difference between a mandingo, listen, and a mirror?
That's good.
A mirror is more of the royals. They the ones who set the directives.
In the slave trade, the emirs cost more than a mandingo. I'm talking about two labels that identify two different types of ready niggers. My name, watch this. I'm gonna give you all a hypothetical to wrap your minds around. My name is Eddie Van Glusen. I just got here from overseas and I want to buy 50 slaves. Where can I find the next auction that is selling slaves to be taking place? Well, it's taking place down in Alabama on such and such street at such and such a time in Town Square. Thank you. What'd you say your name was? Eddie Glusen. I just got here from over what?
Seas.
Seas. My name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion and a what? A yacht. Now watch. I don't know if y'all ever saw that Bugs Bunny cartoon. Well, let me tell you what that one's about. Elmer J. Fudd is in an insane asylum. He's dressed up as a rabbit. He really thinks he's a what?
Rabbit.
A rabbit. Meanwhile, Bugs Bunny is minding his business, going along, singing a song, and he looks over, and Elmer J. Fudd is in the window that has bars on it, and he's dangling a whole thing of carrots out the wall. Just telling Bugs, bring your ass over here if you want to eat. Bugs goes over to the window to get the carrots. He got to break the bar on the window that enables Elmer J. Fudd to hop his ass out. And he takes the carrots and throws it inside the insane asylum on his bed. Unbeknown to Bugs, he go in there, grab a carrot, kick his feet up, and is munching, having a good what?
Time.
And then the psychoanalyst, the psychiatrist, come into Elmer J. Fudd's room and snatch Bugs up, thinking he's Elmer J. what?
Good.
Right. They take him into a room and they start programming his ass. Repeat after me. My name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion and a yacht. What? My name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion and a yacht. My name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion and a yacht. That's like tank. Stop.
Oh.
You get me? Because let me tell y'all something. I know I'm going to be sounding crazy as a bedbug, but this shit going to come full circle, and you motherfuckers going to be like, get the fuck out of what? Because everything, let me say something to y'all. Everything I'm saying for a what?
Reason.
Now, Tank, we're establishing, I want the biggest, baddest think tank that we can put together fast as we what?
Can.
Because like every soul counts. What I told y'all about that, I'm not going to leave one what? A mind behind. I don't give a fuck if the nigga's a crackhead, baby's kids, if he piss in the bed, he's one of what? Mine. And like they say, black lives what?
Matter.
Count. I'm going to be informing you all about an information today. That this conversation will carry 3 elements to you that are vital. One, how every Nubian in this, from sea to shining sea, we better inform to protect their what? Their selves. I will be giving you all the information that will cause every cop, every cracker to leave us the fuck what?
Alone.
In a real way. And every mind in this think tank, I'm sure once you hear what I have to say, will appreciate the shit. And y'all gonna be saying, damn, where the fuck did this nigga get that? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna open my mouth and say, ready? Tahuti. You follow that?
Hey Chief, you know we recording. Do you want to put that on record?
I don't. Let me say, I want this to go out fast as it was.
Can.
Because everything black on the planet needs to what?
Hear it.
And let me tell you, If the motherfuckers don't listen to me, just as much as I told you all 2 years ago, I said, just like that, people are going to start dying. First by conventional means, such as bullet wounds, car crashes, stabbings, etc. Everyday ordinary occurrences that these people on this planet here today are accustomed to seeing. So no real eyebrow is going to raise. But what I did say to y'all is what will be unique about that is that the people who will start dying, you will know. They're going to be people close to you in your what? Lives.
Family.
That first are going to start dying by this conventional fucking shit that's really everyday shit. Well, Auntie so-and-so was in a car crash. My brother Ted, he got in a fight and got shot. My cousin so-and-so, his wife stabbed him. Right? Ain't that what I said?
Yep.
More than 2 years what? Ago. Then I came along and said right after that, but out of nowhere, a mysterious killer is going to come where the whole world will be running around like chickens with their heads chopped off. Watch this. And the only thing I left out was wearing a mask. Yeah. Who was that masked man? The Lone Ranger. I own silver away. Whose right-hand man was Tonto. Who said, that's right, buddy. If you were that old, you would know about the long what? Ranger. And the one thing they would say when the motherfucker would come in the down, do his thing and bounce, is who was that masked man? One time you go in the store with a mask on, everybody in the store gets scared. Because in the real sort of kind of way, they knew you was there to rob their ass. If you went anywhere in an American society with a mask, what? Oh, tell the truth and shame the devil. Now, it done flips and flips. But this, everybody in every store better have a mask on. Why? Because of this mysterious killer that I told you all about 2 years ago, before anybody ever even heard of a corona virus. I told you that this entire globe will be running around like chickens with their heads chopped what? Off. Searching for a means to save themselves from that mysterious killer, and people going to start dropping like what? Flies. Every word I said has come to what? Pass. And I said that almost 2 years ago and documented. That's the beauty of Facebook, Blog Talk, MySpace. It's because anytime you press post, it has a date and a time in which that took place. There can nobody come along and say, they said it before me, because there's a record that shows they didn't. It shows that I said what I'm telling you I said that long what? Ago. Now, if I said that long ago, what makes you all think that here and now, I still don't carry the ability to tell you what's going to be happening to your ass 2 years from what? Today. And if it stands to reason, if I was all wise, right, and exact, and I was, don't leave that part out. that whatever I'm here to tell you all today, that y'all don't have the slightest clue what I'm going to what? Say. It stands to reason that just as on point as I was 2 years ago, it's going to be just as on point as I am right what? Now, and what it is I'm about to present to you. So I'm going to ask everything black. Do you want to live?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Well, nigga, you better listen to what the fuck it is I'm about to what?
Say.
I've been telling you niggas, they got a special wonton soup set up for your ass. Ain't that what I've been telling you?
Yes, sir.
Meaning, you go in the Chinese restaurants and order wonton soup, and they in the kitchen pissing in it. And sending it out there to you. I've been telling y'all what. Now I'm going to spell out what's inside that bitch. And shit. That they about to listen. They going to work everything color that carries color. They going to work you all the fuck what? Out. That will move from working you out, what? To wiping you what?
Out.
And let me say something to you. You better listen to what I'm saying here today. Because let me tell you something. It carries variables that are extensive. That right off the rip, you ain't going to understand shit. Because that's how well put together this shit is. This is not something that these crackers thought about, listen, just yesterday.
Right.
They've been thinking about this shit for longer than, Brother Vince, longer than you are old. You only 32, I think you just a baby. Because you don't really get it. People don't really get wisdom until they get some grade. In most cases. And I can't help but tell you, you don't get grade being stupid. Now, ain't that the truth?
Yes, sir.
What motherfucker you know got some age on them that got there without knowing how to do something right?
Not me.
If they older than you, it shows that this motherfucker had good what?
Sense.
Since before you were born. Most of them. If they got that type of age, and everybody who got good sense in our family, long before I came, many of you were smart enough to get around the folks and to sit there and shut the fuck what? As they would tell you the many beautiful things that in their lifetime they have been afforded to be able to say. And the things that they be telling you be true stories. True stories that I can't help but say were fascinating. Or at least should have been to each of you. Well, I don't know about y'all, but as a little child, let me rephrase that. I do know about y'all because I have knowledge of self. And when you have knowledge of self, it affords you knowledge of what? All things. So if I'm a person of color, and you are too, I don't need to know what's going on in your home. All I gotta do is look within the framework of my very what?
Self.
My very own home.
Right.
So let me tell you something. Do you think it's coincidental that I can get on the phone and call a brother in Cali and him and his brothers fussing And I can then say, hold on, dial another number to a brother in Chicago, and him and his brother is fussing. Dial another brother in Texas, and him and his brother is fussing. And then dial another brother in New York, and him and his brother is fussing. And can do this repetitively all over the United States. And all of them people is fussing at the exact same time. That should make anybody raise a what? An eyebrow.
Right.
I mean, I can understand if I call Tank, him and his girl going through it, and then I call Musa, him and his girl going through it. That's just two motherfuckers. But if I repeat that action and it happens, listen, 20 times in the course of 20 phone calls, somebody gonna know that'll say, hell yeah, that would make me think.
There's something in the air.
Huh?
There's something in the air.
Because, like I told you, if it happens more than twice, it is not a coincidence. Co is a prefix which means two.
Right.
So to say coincidence, that's limited to 2 times and 2 times what? Only. That's why I say if I call, that's one thing if I call Brandon, him and his wife fussing, call Musa, him and his wife fussing, that's a coincidence. If I continue to make calls and only two out of all the 20 calls I make show that 2 people or 4 people was in the mix at the exact same time, that's a coincidence. That's nothing to what? Worry about. But if it happens more than twice, it's not a coincidence. It's being orchestrated. What does the word orchestra mean?
To put together, I guess.
Okay, you heard of the Philharmonic Orchestra, right?
Yes.
What the fuck is the Philharmonic Orchestra? I'll tell you what it is. You got a motherfucker who's standing in front of all these motherfuckers playing instruments, right? That affords him a violin section, a horn section, the flute section, the motherfucker who plays the little triangle, ding. The motherfucker who got the 2 cymbals, yeah. And he got a little stick in his hand, right? That he taps on the podium like this. Tap, tap, tap. That means all you motherfuckers in this band, no, in this orchestra, get what?
Ready.
Ready. We are about to what? Perform, or we are about to practice. One or the what? In this case, the performance and the practice is killing you motherfuckers. That belong to me. And I don't like no cracker standing in front of my people with a little stick saying, get ready to die. That's orchestrating some shit in each one of you all's what? Lies. Because if I can get on the phone and make all them phone calls and every one of you Negroes is fussing and fighting amongst yourselves, what that tells you? That's not an isolated incident, that's a fucking epidemic.
Right.
A different type of epidemic that y'all don't listen, even though it's there, because it's been masked so well. It's wearing the type of mask that you can't motherfucking tell who was that mask what? Man. who rolled into your town talking about, I hold silver away.
Fuck out of here.
Saying to the Native American Indian brother, come on, Ponzo. Come on, slave. Who would say, Kimosabe. Yes, Kimosabe, right away, Kimosabe. What the fuck was the Kimosabe? I'll tell you what it was. It was the same master. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So what he was saying to this masked man, just master, right away. Who was a white man who had a little funny looking mask on his bed, but wasn't nearly as stupid as Humpty Hump. Walk around and talk about do the Humpty Hump. Or do the Humpty Hump. With some glasses on that had a white man's nose. Here it is, this nigga want us, and he want to pretend in a certain type of way to be Elmer J. Fudd. Because if you looked at the nose of Humpty Hump, wasn't that Elmer J. Fudd's nose? Wasn't that Elmer J. Fudd's nose?
Yes, sir.
My name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion in what? Yeah. That's why the nigga wasn't nothing but a one-hit wonder. And everybody wanted to know, one was wondering why the digits went underground. Because ain't that what they called themselves? Digital what?
Underground.
Ain't that what they called themselves?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Huh? The only survivor out of the Humpty Hump mob was a nigga named Tupac. That we pronounce Tupac, but spelled Tupac.
Right.
I don't give a... Where the fuck y'all get Pac out of PAC? And ain't that something to make you go,
Yeah.
Because how the fuck you get a Pac out of the letters PAC? Seems like to me that spelled what?
Pack.
Pack. Like I made a pack with the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because the nigga saying, I came to bring the pain. Now I go to the brain.
Thank you.
That our children, listen, with that our children say, we're killing them with that. As they would go up in the studio and produce, motherfucker, you can say anything you want to say when you pick up the mic. Why do our people choose the stupidest shit to say out their mouth? I don't, motherfucker. Because, nigga, I don't give a damn about 150 ways to punch my dog in the mouth. I really don't give a fuck about your Rolex when I ain't got one. And I still don't give a fuck about the Lamborghini you driving in when I'm walking to work or got to wait on at the bus stop for the bus to come. The stupid motherfuckers beget more stupid motherfuckers. I call them mummies. Because the last thing this world needs is another ready rapper who's wrapped up in this and wrapped up in that and can't figure out what to say out his motherfucking what.
Wow.
No. Forgetting that our kids is listening to ass. Motherfuckers like Lil Wayne kissing other motherfuckers in the mouth. Other men. P. Diddy. Birdman. Simping motherfucking men. Yeah. That's some homosexual shit. Nigga, you ain't gonna never. I wish a nigga would poke his lips up to me. I'm gonna knock all his bitch ass teeth out.
There you go.
I'ma slap that nigga so hard he won't be able to spit for the next year.
Oh, poke it, nigga.
Nigga, you come to me like you want to tongue kiss my ass. Nigga, I'ma rip your tongue the fuck what?
Oh.
Ow.
I'ma get a pair of pliers and say, nigga, open your mouth as I got the valve to your dome. I'ma get them pliers and I'ma grab your tongue, nigga, and I'ma snatch and smooth the fuck what?
Oh.
I know.
Bet you won't go by trying to tongue kiss another man, being a man yourself. That's why I say, you ladies out there, if your man ain't looking at another broad's butt, that's when you start to get mad. But that motherfucker turning into something. Because if he ain't looking at your other woman's butt, he's looking at a man. And you might say, what? But, like Tank, and Tank say, hooah, right?
Cool.
Pointing to a glitch. Because if that ain't a glitch, I don't know what the fuck was.
Yes.
Yes.
Anytime one of our good rappers, which mind you I call mummies. The reason I call them mummies is because they stand in representation of the mentally dead. Except for motherfuckers like Chuck D and KRS-One. Who were exceptions to the rule. And maybe now it's like a little feet up front and that, a little something. But the rest of them motherfuckers can kiss my motherfucking ass. Because they've been causing our children to try to act out something that's impossible for them to be. Motherfuckers don't realize that here today, if you turn the radio on, like the WBLS in New York, where you hear Count Basie, New Orleans, this one, that one. Or you turn to KBLS, the greatest sound of, or whatever station that motherfuckers don't even know if it's a P1 radio station or not. The motherfuckers don't even know, because motherfuckers don't even know what a P1 radio station was.
Yes.
Let me tell you what a P1 radio station is. It's one of the top 100 radio stations in the country. Because their rating, meaning how many motherfuckers is listening to them, is up and over, off the fucking map. Now, how the fuck can they tell how many motherfuckers is listening to what radio station? You ever wondered about that? Nigga, we got people all, you know how many motherfuckers there is in this country? Just in Brooklyn, motherfuckers, alone. Brooklyn's bigger than Alabama. Where is Bond? That mother, and the city planner's office must have been on crack when they drew that city plan up. Because the word Brooklyn means broken land. And I don't give a damn. I could be in a crowded airport and I could say, she's from Brooklyn, he's from Brooklyn, he's from Brooklyn, they're from Brooklyn. Yeah. and be on the money. How? And keep in mind, P. Diddy is from what?
Harlem.
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn.
P. Diddy ain't from Harlem.
Oh.
That's the Stuyvesant.
All right.
The same neighborhood that Diddy came up out of. The same neighborhood that my brother Dad got murdered in. How do I know? Because my brother Jacob produced Biggie Smalls and Little Pimp. That's the Stuyvesant, where they murdered my brother Yad. Yad Elias got murdered at a party in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Because who set him up? My brother Jacob.
Jacob, right.
Now, yo, nigga, let me tell you something. Don't tell me, nigga, I know. Don't forget who you got on this phone. You got more than a wealth of information on the other line of this motherfucker. You got the Messiah him what?
So. Oh. Yeah.
Nigga, you not here to tell me what?
Nothing.
Nothing. I've been given divine, orders long time ago to remember you're not here to listen to what? No, you listen to me is what my father what? Said. He said, I don't care what every one of them niggas have to say. You from here forward, what nigga with this mind now, you gonna do exactly what the fuck I want. Because I'm controlling your mind. Wanna see? And my father proved his point because I'm not in control of the mouth. My father what?
Yeah.
And now motherfuckers can lay claim, nigga, one you got the motherfucking haters out there, the same type of haters that say that, yo, that nigga had an operation on his voice to sound like his father. Which is some of the dumbest shit I ever heard in all my motherfucking days. Tariq running around talking about I had an operation on my throat that sounded like Bob. What the fuck? Tariq, if you out there, nigga, I'm telling you right now, you done lost your motherfucking what? And what made you think you was gonna put that out on the wire and it wasn't gonna get back to me? Nigga, me and you know each other. Only thing you saying that, nigga, cause you don't sound like Baba. And you mad. So it couldn't be happening to me unless a fool ass shit like you say was true, right? Why? Because it ain't happening to you. Get real. And I know you, Tariq, better than that. You got good sense, you fool ass nigga, with all them Anunnaki eyes you got. All that Anunnaki gene up in you. And nigga, me and you done hung out in the real way, nigga, in the studio while you doing your thug thing. I was there with you. You forgot. And if you shut up long enough, then you would hear I was sounding just like Baba. Before my motherfucking memory was restored.
This is a class that my son holds, and they put me on 3-day second listening. But he's talking to
whatever mother is on the phone right now talking and doesn't have her phone muted out, we would like as OSOICE members for you not to forget that rule.
Son, I am so sorry.
That's
again.
my mama.
Forgive me.
Lord have mercy. My mama can say whatever the fuck she wants.
Jonathan, I'm in the company of a young lady, and so refrain from cursing, but I just want to say I'm sorry, and I'll go on mute now.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me say I'm sorry to you. Okay?
What?
And I want to say, I'm saying I'm sorry to you. You're my mother.
She's sorry.
And I had no idea. See, but let me say something to you. Young lady, whoever you may be that's sitting there with my mother listening to this phone call, I want you to understand something so that nothing gets misunderstood in this situation. That number one, you don't want to understand nothing. Because to understand underneath the level of information, you need to be able to declare that you really know what you're talking about. I'm not talking from an understanding of anything, honey. Sister, daughter, niece, grandmother, great-grandmother, of who it is that you stand in representation of. I'm talking from an overstanding. Because you can hear me talk, honey. Guarantee you, if you sit there and listen long enough, and after you listen to everything I'm saying, if you walk away, and once this class is over, if somebody was to ask you, what did he say? Bet you won't be able to tell them. Because you'll be like, he said a whole lot. You just had to be there. Because you will understand the things that I will say, but you won't be able to open your mouth in this way until that overstanding develops. Well, overstand this. Long time ago, the very words that they call curse words here today, a long time ago, sister, they were called blessed words. How and why? Because they express the very most. Coming from a person of color, it is the means by which we as people of color expressed ourselves in the very strongest of ways. Now, and it didn't become known as a curse word until white folks started to try to talk like us. And they couldn't. Because you have to have rhythm to deliver something that profound out your mouth. And because it was so profound, the mannerisms by which we as people of color delivered our speech, they then called it profane language. Well, no, it wasn't profane, it was profound. And it couldn't be duplicated. So I want you to know, because you have a lot of people who here today forget, judge not unless you be judged. Who will pass judgment and say, how could he be the Messiah? This is the way he talks. He be cursing all the time. And I say, yeah, that's right. Because I'm not pulling no punches and taking no moves. Our people in this day and time need to be spoke to in the same way by which we all here today in our home and in our private time, if we haven't been whitewashed
Real talk.
and
White.
groomed and talk, listen, and groomed to talk like white people. I done seen Nubians be talking like a Nubian. Person of color now is at the phone ring, and they pick it up and say, hello. Yeah. I'm like, no, what that white? Go instant white.
Right.
Instant white. That's what you call being whitewashed for real.
Mm-hmm.
Where now, I hate to say it, but it's true, everybody on this phone is in line for their brainwashing. And you might say, what? I say, yeah, to get brainwashed. And you might say, wait a minute, he's saying he's brainwashing everybody. And I say, yeah, that's right, especially if the brain is dirty. And when have you ever known a bath to be bad?
Never.
I don't know one of us whose grandmothers picked us up and put us in the bathtub, say, come on, Tommy, can you get washed up? That was designed to hurt you in any way. If it removed a particular type of stench. Mind you, from your, here you go, key words, ass. Now, Umi, I hope I did what I could to explain to the sister. But I do know that she's in a situation by which she don't need no muscle. She needs catch-up. And I think I poured it out pretty nicely. It's called Heinz. It'll give you, listen, a hindsight from where it is we all come from. And one thing you will hear on this line, listen, the one thing you will hear on this line is a group of Swatiku, not Negroes, because Negroes are beings who still need to grow. These beings on this line, we're talking about extraordinary intelligence that came to us all, that came to them all through my mouth by virtue of an extraterrestrial design. So let me tell you something, honey. Throw the mustard away and get you the biggest jar of ketchup that you can get by being here at every class so that you can get your inheritance too, which is a treasure that has been afforded to every person of color by the prayers of your great-great-great-grandmother, who prayed for the day that you would find your way to be able to sit in the class with me. Welcome home, whoever you may be. I don't even have to know your name, because every soul counts. And I'm not going to leave not one, I repeat, not one, behind. I don't care if they're a peapot, crackhead, if they're pitch in the bed, I'm just going to wipe them up, clean them up, and give them back their lives. And I'm going to say, now, don't you feel better that I done took all that doo-doo off of you? After I change that diaper, and while I'm changing it, I'm be like, still, stop squirming. Oh, you're like, let me get this doo-doo off you. Ooh, it stinks too. But don't worry, baby, it smells like apple butter to me. Because I love you. As I wipe all that doo-doo off that butt, and then pick you up and say, now, don't that feel better? Got all that doo-doo off of you now. And you ain't going to be able to do nothing but smile. And I'm going to say, now, go on and play. To which, when I say go on and play, what I'm saying is go on and live life now to the fullest. So don't fool yourselves. I want everybody in this arena to know. To picture yourselves as being in an apartment in a living room that we're going to call Heaven's living room, which sits opposite of Hell's kitchen. Two different locations established for two different sets of people. One called companions of the right side, the right hand, and the other called companions of the left hand. In certain circles, and in other circles, one called the righteous, and the other called the unrighteous. And in other circles, one called the smart, and the other called the stupid. Because wrong is always wrong as two left shoes, three sizes too small. I want all of y'all to know that it's super stupid, triple